Hello guys, welcome to SQL course. In this video we will learn about how to create a table using the DDL, inserting the data into the table and query the data from this table. Do like the video, share the video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So let's go into the query now. So here I'm using an online compiler for running my SQL queries where I will be creating the table, inserting data and then querying the data from that table here. So here is a syntax used to create a table where create table, this is the reserved words and this is the table name which you have to pass. So I have passed it as student, and because I'm going to insert few records which related to students. So these are the column names which are going to be part of the students table: ID, name and gender. And for each column we have to mention a data type which is corresponding to the data which we are going to provide to the particular columns. So this is the whole thing as called as a table, and the individual elements here present are called as a columns, and these are the data types to this particular column. So ID has a data type of an integer, name has an text, gender has an text. So ID is integer because it's going to have all the numerical values in it, and the name and gender is going to have the character, so it is given as text. So when we run this query, it will be creating an when we run this DDL, it will be creating a table for us, and then after creating the table, it will have the we have to push the data into it. So this is the syntax where we can use and then push the data. Insert into what is a table name, values, so insert into, and values are the reserved words, and we have to use a students, whatever the table name we are going to pass should be passed here. And so I have three columns here, so I'm passing the three values for each of the column. One is ID, Ryan is name and M is gender. Two is ID, Jonah is name and F is gender. So similarly I have passing four rows, so the data in the table like having the row wise data. So for example, one record, so this will be even named as a record, or even you can name it as a row. So one ran M is a row or a record, and two Jonah F is also a row or a record. So table is nothing but a set of rows and columns. Rows is in the horizontal and columns is in the verticals. So using this syntax, it would be inserting data into my table, and after that I want to query the data in a tabular format, in a structured format. Okay, so this is the again syntax to read the data from the table we generated and inserted data into it. Select star from whatever the table which we are created. So select and from are the result keywords. We have to pass the table name and at the end. So I'm going to run this query which will create the table, insert the data and then query the data out of it. Okay, so one Ryan F M, and so these are the four records which is being present in the table now, where we can see it in the input which we have sent. Okay, so for example, if you want to just pull out the records where only the gender is F, we have to write where clause and then pass a column name which is gender for us, and as it is an text column or a string column, we have to pass the value in single quotes. So running the data, and it is giving me only the female names. Second and third are the IDs which has a females. Second and third are the IDs which has a females. So this is how guys we can create the table, insert and then query the data out of it. So there will be tools like MySQL and all you can install and then run these queries, where you will be seeing in an UI console. But here I am using an online compiler. So you can directly go into the Chrome and try for the my compiler of SQL. So you will be getting this all console where you can execute your queries in the online itself. I hope it is helpful for the beginners and all. We'll go into the more detail in the next videos. Thank you guys.